Hello and good morning, everybody. My name is Dean Quick. I'm the board-certified music therapist for Levine Cancer Institute, and this is Music Therapy for Self-Care, where weekdays I go live at 10 a.m. and provide some type of music, either for relaxation or song discussion or distraction or whatever it is that you need. And today is Tuesday, so it's a day for song sharing, and Mondays and Fridays I create some music in the moment, and Wednesdays is more music therapy based, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays is song sharing, song discussion. So I think that about covers it. So one thing I wanted to mention is that, I forgot to mention this yesterday, is that next week I will not be streaming at all any day. So I hope you'll take the time to continue self-care using music. It might be a good time for reflection on your own. And and I'll remind you every day this week that next week I will not be streaming in the mornings. So one thing I did want to show you that I got here that's new is a chat window. So if you're chatting anywhere, so let's see. So I'm going to send a message. Hey, there it is. It popped up right from Facebook there. What I am noticing is that it's kind of in the way on Facebook Live. So if I drag it down here, this is a learning experience for me. I don't want it to be in the way of the guitar, but that should be low enough there. So today for song sharing, I got some ballads for us, which if you've followed this channel for any length of time, you know how much I love a good ballad. And the first one I'm going to get into is called Wild Mountain Thyme, and I attribute James Taylor to the way that I play the song, but it is not a James Taylor song. It's a traditional Irish / folk, Scottish folk song, and it's a variant of the Braes of Balcluther by Scottish poet Robert Tannahill, and I'm getting this right from Wikipedia. If you want to read about it, if you hear the song and then you really like it. So the song Wild Mountain Thyme was first recorded in the 50s, but the poem is much older, like 1800s older. And Joan Baez had a really good version of it. So I encourage you to check out her version too. Just getting this chat window so people can actually see it if you're watching on a smaller screen. Yeah, so if you want to, drop a shout out or something to somebody, there's the way to do it. I'm going to drag myself over this way and then drag this up so there's more room. There we go. All right. So, Wild Mountain Thyme. It is a really neat song. It's a love song. Just kind of have to hear it, and then we'll talk about it. It's a song of longing. So, all right, let's get my guitar here. There we go. All right, here we go. Oh, the summer time is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the purple heather. Will you go? Lassie, will you go? And we'll all go together to pick wild mountain thyme all around the purple heather. Will you go? Lassie, will you go? I will build my love a bower by yon pure and crystal fountain. Yes, and on it I will lay all the flowers of the mountains. Will you go? Lassie, will you go? And we'll all go together to pick wild mountain thyme all around the purple heather. Will you go? Lassie, will you go? If my true love won't come with me, I will surely find another to pick wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go? Lassie, will you go? And we'll all go together to pick wild mountain thyme all around the purple heather. Will you go? Oh, will you go? Lassie, will you go? All right. So that is the song that might not be familiar to you that I wanted to share today. Hey Danielle, glad you're listening. Hey Christine, thanks for dropping in. And so I really love the Joan Baez version, but I also really like the James Taylor version. The guitar work in it, I like to play it the way that he kind of took some liberty with it. So it's a song about, you know, doing all you can for this one person, and then they you know, might not reciprocate. So with all this really beautiful flower and mountain imagery, yeah, it's a really beautiful song, and it's Irish/Scottish. So they share some of the responsibility for that. I should take off my headphones first. That's always fun. Yeah, I need some wild mountain thyme too, clearly, because I'm getting stuck in a guitar strap. That's amazing. Okay. So, yeah, so it's, for you guitar players out there, it is a fun song for some finger picking, because it's not too fast, but it is, it's fun. There's a couple walk downs in there. If you're working on bar chords, that B minor 7's in there. And it's really good for finger picking to work on that too. So the song itself is beautiful. I love it very much. and which leads me to another one that's very beautiful. And this one's probably one you're more familiar with. That is, I'm very excited. I just got 3 electric guitars donated to our program at LCI from Hungry for Music, which is an organization that gets instruments for specifically music education programs, but I feel very fortunate that they acknowledged the need for me to have some electric guitars. So I am going to play Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah in the style of Jeff Buckley, but with more of Leonard Cohen's original lyrics, because Jeff Buckley leaves out one of my favorite verses of the song, which is the last verse. So let me get this guitar out for you. I've never really, I don't have much experience with electric guitar. There's an amp on the way too, but the beauty of using something like Ableton Live is I don't need an amp because I can just plug right in. Now let me get this squared away. I listened to Buckley's version and tried to emulate his guitar sound in it. My apologies. Yeah, get a little delay in there. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to check the tuning real quick. I'm going to turn this down so you don't hear that. Hopefully I can do that. Let's see. Maybe not. Just give me 1 second. It's finicky. Not as finicky as the banjo. Yeah, we're good. Something sounded off. Might have been the delay in there. All right, so we'll get into it here. So Hallelujah, which is a song, it's, golly, everybody's covered it. And I'm going to do it, I mean, pretty much the only way that I'm matching it up to Jeff Buckley's version is I'm using the electric guitar here instead of an acoustic or a piano. So here you go. Now I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? And it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She She tied you to a kitchen chair, she broke your throne, she cut your hair. From your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Now maybe there's a God above, and all I ever learned from love was how to shoot at someone who outdrew you. And it's not a cry you can hear at night, it's not somebody who's seen the light, it's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Oh people, I've been here before, I know this room and I walk this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. I've seen your flag on the marble arch. Love is not a victory march, it's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. There was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never show it to me, do ya? Remember when I moved in you, the holy dove was moving too. Every breath we drew was hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I've done my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I learned to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come to fool ya. Even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 All right. So great song. Wow. I mean, I didn't do like all like 30 verses or anything. Just kind of blended a couple different covers that I've heard of that song before with my own version. And yeah, I mean, Jeff Buckley, he probably has the most popular version. I know Rufus Wainwright has a really good version of it too. And yeah, I'm glad I could share it with you today. One way, and well, let me take this guitar off real quick and let me see if I can do it without getting trapped in it. One moment, please. Success. So, yeah, I'm glad you Well, Danielle, you can go back and listen to the recording with a glass of wine or something when the kiddos are at nap time. Nothing like taking some time for yourself, right? Hey, Roxy, glad you're tuning in. So there's tons of interpretations for Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, and I think, what was it, Pete Seeger? I can't remember. Someone along those lines said that, I've already written the music. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna tell you what I meant by it because I already wrote it, and I don't want to destroy any illusion that you have that the song is built for you. So I don't know that Leonard Cohen really gave much. I mean, there's tons of biblical references in this song, but one way that I've used it before, and I don't know if I've ever told anybody this, but so at LCI, I had a songwriting group called This Lyrical Life, and it was for at Levine Cancer Institute, we serve folks across the spectrum of cancer treatment, and sometimes I get folks come into the group who had just begun. Some folks have been in remission for a year or more. That would come in the songwriting group. But either way, the one thing that I found folks would have in common is that they were a little nervous about writing music because most of them hadn't written music before. So I used this song, one, to break the musical ice, because most people in the demographic that I serve are familiar with this song, and a lot of folks are fans of Leonard Cohen. And but I played through the song and then talked about how it is a song about writing a song. So specifically, the first verse, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. So find this great chord progression. It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, which is, as the song is progressing, that is what is going on musically. The fourth, the fifth, and then the minor six, and then back to another major chord. And then the baffled king composing hallelujah. So the songwriter working on whatever it is that they're writing, right? And they're baffled because they haven't written music before. And then the chorus, hallelujah, hallelujah, is kind of working through the melody, right? And your faith was strong, but you needed proof. So you're trust in yourself to write this music is strong, but you need to prove to yourself that you can write it. And there's some imagery in there that doesn't really work with that. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. So you go into a thread, and if you've ever written music before, like you'll sometimes follow a thread or a line of thought that'll take you nowhere. So then she ties you to the kitchen chair, breaks your throne, and cuts your hair. And then from your lips, she drew the hallelujah. So in the songwriting process, sometimes that's how it feels. The song kind of beats you up sometimes. Now, I know there's tons of biblical imagery in there. I'm not talking about that. I'm just purely talking about, removing the original intent of the song away and then using it as a metaphor for the songwriting process, because it kind of works. And then going on, now maybe there's a God above, questioning the process, right? You almost have to go through some of the stages of grief in songwriting. Not always. I mean, Dolly Parton wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You in the same night while she was on tour in a hotel room. So sometimes you just pull from the universe what you're supposed to. But other times you question the process and abandon or think about abandoning the song itself. And so continuing on, And people I've been here before, I know this room, I've walked this floor. Oh, now we're going. I've settled into this space of writing. Love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. There's a lot of pain in music. So drawing from that can be an inspirational place. And then moving on down, the last song is kind of like the questioning, right? I mean, the last verse is kind of the questioning. You know, I'm done with the song, right? I've done my best. It wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I learned to touch. And I like that line for, writing music with the thesaurus close by, right? I couldn't feel, so I learned to touch, right? So feeling and touch are the same thing, but they could also mean something different, or they could mean exactly the same thing said a different way. So I couldn't feel, so I learned to touch. I worked through the words of the song in a way that I kind of played around with it. I've told the truth. I didn't come to fool you. I have put everything that I have into this song. So, and I didn't come to fool you. And then, even though it all went wrong, like I'm not feeling great about it, I'll stand before the Lord of Song. So I'll present this music to the Lord of Song, which is anybody who listens to it, right? Because music is such a personal process, and it's so individual that every time you listen to a song, you are the Lord of Song. You are that person taking it in and feeling it. And then I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. This song, I've finished it, and now it's all I'm going to sing because I've connected with the purpose of writing it. And then the chorus again, hallelujah, hallelujah. So for my music therapy colleagues out there, or music education colleagues out there using songwriting in some way, that's my breakdown of using Hallelujah, a song with tons of biblical references and tons of depth, and taking a step back from that and making it about functional songwriting. So take that and use it however you want to, or not. But that's my take on it that I wanted to share with you today. In addition to just breaking in this electric guitar and singing a song that's really fun to sing. So let me know if you like the little the chat box here, and I'll keep it. I may or may not use it for I definitely use it for the live looping. I probably won't use it for the music therapy intervention that I employ on Wednesdays. But on every other day of the week but Wednesdays, I'll probably keep it and just see how it works out. Try and customize it a little bit too. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the engagement. And just a reminder, next week I will not be streaming in the morning, so I hope you find some time for music otherwise. And again, thank you so much. I'll catch you tomorrow. We're going to do some music-assisted autogenic relaxation, and I'll give a few options, and if there's a lot of engagement online, I'll go with whatever the greater consensus decides. But if not, then I'll just choose in the moment based on probably chance. Just pick one. But I'll explain it tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we'll get into it. So have a good rest of your Tuesday, and thanks again. Have a good one.